Shit. Here we are, guys. Week 4 of the NBA. There's a lot to be happy about. We're 3-0. We're number 2 in the power rankings. We're number 1 on the MVP list with our Shifu Rapid Strike picking up 11 kills and 0 deaths. That's all great. But you know what? Week 4, we're going against the Atlanta Dream Eaters, coached by the legendary Log. What can I say about this coach? He's a fantastic coach. The last time we played against each other was in the BBA championship battle, which I lost to him pretty easily. He just manhandled me that game. So we have a very shallow history, but a lot of stakes have always been involved in this battle here. So looking at his team, I don't know how this is possible, how he has this insane of a team so specifically designed to just stop my team. I don't think it's legal. I think he has some kind of cahoots going on with the commissioner, that dirty dog. So let's just get into his team. Let's go over his roster. He's got Dragapult, Thunderous, Tangrowth, Nidoqueen, Hitmontop, Scizor, Quagsire, Audino, Morgrem, Lunatone, and Butterfree. He had a Zelf, but this week he dropped it for Thunderous. Now, everything that I wanted to do with my team was then stopped by Thunderous and its ability Defiant. Because of Defiant, I can no longer bring and intimidate Arcanine to stop Scizor. I can no longer safely click Defog with the Toxic Spikes and Stealth Rocks that he has on his team. I can no longer safely click Strength Sap in my Corsola to heal back up. So just Defiant alone is just a mind game for me. So even if he doesn't bring it, I still need to prep a lot of my team around it, because I can't be bringing Intimidate and just give his Thunderous a chance to go +2 and outspeed my entire team. So that changed a lot of things here, and not to mention the Electric type against my Urshifu. So before we get into my team, I have the 6 I think he will likely bring over to the right. Dragapult, of course. I mean, what can I say about that thing? Thunderous, he just picked it up. I'm assuming it's for this battle. Defiant is crazy. If not, then Prankster is crazy. Tangrowth, it can be either Rocky Helmet or especially defensive with an Assault Vest, and either one will put it in work. Nidoqueen is there for the Toxic Spikes and the Stealth Rocks, but just to maybe entice me to click Defog and get that Thunderous boosted. Hitmontop is there because I have my Ice-type Pokemon, and Mach Punch tears through them completely. And same thing for the Scizor. If he doesn't bring Hitmontop or Scizor, I think he will likely bring Audino, because he needs some kind of specially defensive Pokemon, and I don't think he wants to rely too much on he needs some kind of recovery, and I think that Regenerator Core is something that he needs. So I don't think he wants to rely on Hitmontop or Scizor as Assault Vest users too much. With that being said, let's get into what I brought for his team. This is going to be a pre-game team builder and then a post-match analysis. First up, we have my Mew, which is hopefully my win condition. I'm going with a weakness policy Rock Polish set with enough speed to outspeed a +1 timid Dragapult. Rock Polish substitute if I ever get up in front of a Tangrowth and wants to try to sleep powder me or something like that. And then Sword Power and Flamethrower should tear through his entire team. We'll see how it goes. It might just be completely useless, but he does have a lot of knockoffs on his team. He has knockoff on Thunderous, Nidoqueen, Tangrowth, Scizor, which is a little bit too powerful to take, and Audino, which is the ideal target. So whenever Audino comes on the field or Tangrowth comes on the field, I'm going to toss out my Mew and try to get up my weakness policy as soon as I can. Next up, we have the Goodest Arcanine. I'm going with a Choice Band set this week. I've only really brought this thing defensively or in a supportive role so far this season, so I'm going to bring this offensively with a Justified ability. Justified is there just in case I do take a knockoff. I still get that +1, so I'm pretty much still Choice Band as long as it's on the field. So enough speed to outspeed a timid Nidoqueen, Flare Blitz for big damage, Extreme Speed for huge damage on the Thunderous, Tangrowth depending on if it's physical or especially defensive, Nidoqueen for sure, Audino for sure, Morgrem and Butterfree for sure. Play Rough is there for coverage, Psychic Fang's there for coverage, but I'm pretty much just going to click in Flare Blitz and Extreme Speed. Next we have Madam President, which is another win condition for me. Swords Dance Ice Shard tears through a lot of his team. Dragapult, Thunderous, Tangrowth depending on what type. If this isn't a Yachi Bear, Nidoqueen will tear through that. And then Seed Bomb's there for Quagsire. Brick Break's there for the light screens and reflects that he likes to put up with his Audino. And Brick Break is there because I can't safely click defog anymore. Next we have Rotom Stan with a Rocky Helmet. This is here to check the Scizor, which causes a lot of problems for my team, as well as the Hitmontop, as long as the Hitmontop doesn't have Triple Axle. I suspect that he will bring Triple Axle because for that coverage against the Rotom fan. If he does bring Triple Axle, it will likely one-shot or two-shot my Rotom, but he will be taking a lot of Rocky Helmet damage. Air Slash is there for some damage, Defog is there if I need it, Will-O-Wisp to get some switches in, to get some burn on the switches, and then Sucker Punch is there just in case I am face-to-face with the Dragapult, and it's like my last-ditch effort to take out that Dragapult. I got Alchi, Lego, Corsola, fully specially defensive, Will-O-Wisp, Strength Sap, Hex, Stealth Rock, nothing really special here. This is here to just sit in front of Thundurus and hopefully Dragapult as well a little bit. And last but not least, I'm pretty excited about this pickup. This week we picked up Weezing. Now, I'm pretty terrified of that Nidoqueen, and I'm going to bring this thing with an Assault Vest and Levitate just to resist and be immune to Nidoqueen. It will still be able to hit me with like Ice and Fire moves and whatnot, but with an Assault Vest, I'm hoping to just be able to deal out some damage that he wasn't expecting to take from Weezing. I'm hoping that he's going to think I'm like a Toxic Spike setter myself, or like a Corrosive Gas, you know, like a supportive role. My entire game plan with Weezing is to sit there and deal damage. So I'm not going to switch in a lot or switch this thing out a lot. I'm going to let this thing sit there and then explode when I need to. Sludge Bomb is there for the stab, Flamethrower is there for, Scizor, and Dark Pulse is there for Dragapult. So this thing can take a few hits, not too many, but it's just going to sit there and be an annoyance for his team. Put on some constant pressure, put on some constant like chip damage. It's not going to be doing a lot of damage to everything, but it will be doing some damage. So that's the team. I'm pretty nervous. He's an insanely talented coach. I think this might be the end of the road of my undefeated streak. So of course I'm going to give it my all, but he's a fantastic coach. I've only lost against him before, so hopefully I can turn this around, and let's get into the battle. Let's see what we got. You see Tangrowth, Audino, Thundurus, Hitmontop, Dragapult, and Nidoqueen. Based off of his team, I think his Tangrowth is likely to be a Rocky Helmet set. So I think that's going to be his defensive Pokemon, and I think Audino will be his specially defensive Pokemon. And I can see Hitmontop being an Assault Vest, or maybe like a Life Orb variant. But he's got that Regenerator Core. I have to assume that Tangrowth is Rocky Helmet for that Urshifu. Based off of this team, I'm thinking Nidoqueen will be like a 2 or 3 attacks plus hazard setting, whether it's spikes or stealth rocks. I don't know what I want to lead against his team. I know that my Arcanine outspeeds his Nidoqueen, so if he wants to lead Nidoqueen and go for some early game spikes or rocks, I know I'll outspeed it, and if he isn't defensively invested, which I don't think he would, because I don't think any defensive investment will save him from Urshifu. So I'm going to lead my Arcanine to put on some early pressure against his team. So let's get into it and see what he leads. So I lead my Arcanine, and we see Thundurus. So I don't like this. Right away, I think he has the upper leg. He doesn't see my Intimidate, so we don't see if he's Defiant or not. I'm thinking I don't want him to get a free Bulk Up or a free Substitute or Nasty Plot or something, so I can't switch here. I'm going to assume that he thinks I'm a defensively invested or especially defensive Pokemon here. So I'm going to try to catch him off guard with a big Flare Blitz to see what kind of game he wants to play. If he stays in, I'll kill it. If he switches out, I get huge damage on anything that wants to come in. So we're going to go for that. He Volt Switches, and based off of this damage, he is not especially offensive at all. So that was standard damage. I'm going to click it, but it's still a lot of damage. And based off of this Flare Blitz, I could likely die if this is a Rocky Helmet. It's not a Rocky Helmet user, which is great. I survived, but this is just huge damage on Arcanine right off the bat. But that's the position I was put in, and I'm happy with the decision. And I got his Regenerator, one of his Regenerator Pokemon, whittled down quite a bit. Here, I don't think he'll stay in. He wants to heal back up. I can see him going into Tangrowth to kill my Arcanine off of the recoil damage plus the Rocky Helmet damage. Where I can see him bringing in Hitmontop with a Rocky Helmet and getting the Intimidate, surviving, and then me dying from the recoil. So I'm going to hope that he goes into Tangrowth here. And so I'm going to put out my Abomasnow to catch him on the switch. So I know I'm faster than him, and the Tangrowth does come out. Now, a few things. He doesn't see the snow. I don't know if it's like a surprise to him or whatnot, but I didn't want to bring any hail because it doesn't do anything but hurt my team. But anyways, I don't want to take a Sludge Bomb here. I think he can pretty easily deal one off, but I also don't think he wants to stay in himself because he doesn't know if I outspeed him. He doesn't know if I can just one-shot him with a Icicle Crash or a Blizzard or something like that. So I think he's going to switch here. I think Hitmontop is a very likely candidate. I think Audino is a very likely candidate. So I'm going to predict that switch and go into my Mew. Mew is also a good switch in my opinion because if he does want to throw off a knockoff, I just get my weakness policy set up right away. So I'm going to make that switch into Mew. I see that I outspeed him and he goes into Hitmontop. I don't know if that's something that he wanted to do or if that's something that I wanted to do. You know, I don't know if I was predicting his switch or vice versa. He doesn't know what I am, so I don't think he wants to stay in. If he does want to triple Axle here, he could do upwards to like 90 or maybe one shot kill my Pokemon. So I'm pretty nervous of that. I don't want to risk that right now. I don't like the pressure this thing puts on my team, so I need to whittle this thing down as much as I can. So I'm going to switch in my Rotom fan here. I can see him triple axling and I might just lose my Rotom right away, but that's just some pretty solid chip damage I can put on his Pokemon. So I'm going to go ahead and make that switch into Rotom fan. And he stays in and goes with Toxic, which is a bummer. It's not the end of the world, but I'm happy it's not a triple Axle. I believe I stay in here just to test him with a Will-O-Wisp to see if he wants to stay in or not. Which I don't think he will, but it's worth going for it. So he goes into Audino, which is fine. I mean, that Will-O-Wisp was pretty much useless against this thing, but it is what it is. So we gotta keep some pressure up on him. So we're gonna go for an Air Slash here. No, I don't. I go into Mew, hoping for a knockoff. And he sets up his Reflect. So that's okay for me because I'm especially offensive. I don't know what the rest of his team, what the rest of his moveset is. I'm hoping he's got that knockoff there, and I'm hoping he's going to throw it here. Going for my Rock Polish, and he lands a Thunder Wave. Big bummer. That sucks. Paralyzed sucks. I mean, it is what it is, though. We have to keep trying. Here I'm just thinking, you know what? I'm already here with my Mew. I don't have a way to get rid of the paralysis. I might as well keep on going while I'm here. So I'm going to click Rock Polish again, hoping he clicks Knockoff now. He goes into Tangrowth and I get off my Rock Polish. So he's got a few choices here. He's going to start whittling me down with some like Leaf Storms and whatnot, or he clicks Knockoff, which I'm very, very hopeful for. So I'm going to go for a Flamethrower here just to start getting some damage on him. And I get paralyzed. But he does go for the knockoff, set off my weakness policy, and now I have like I'm not sure how strong Stored Power is, but huge, huge Stored Power coming at him. So as long as I don't get paralyzed here, I will be killing something. I get off the Stored Power, critical hit, not sure if it mattered, but Tangrowth is out of here. That is a huge, huge threat against my team that I'm just happy to see go. And he brings out Dragapult. I mean, I'm here. I can't switch out. I outspeed him no matter what. As long as I don't get paralyzed here, again, I should pick up a kill. Beautiful. Dragapult is gone, and it's turn 10. Turn 11. That's insane. That was the one Pokemon that I was very, very scared about. I'm still scared about Nidoqueen, but I am feeling good. Mew coming through with the weakness policy, Rock Polish set. Nidoqueen, again. As long as I don't get paralyzed here, Alright, I survived the hit. As long as I don't get Well, I don't know. Mew, thank you. I'm sorry you died. I'm sorry you had to go like that. I think I would have won the game right there if I killed that Nidoqueen. I don't think he has a way to kill that Mew, especially set up like that. I would have just trucked through his team, and 6-0ing him would have been a huge, 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 huge accomplishment for me. That's something I would have told my kids about. But Mew's gone. Can't dwell on the past. I got to keep moving forward. I did get 2 of his threatening Pokemon out of the way, so let's keep on going. So I'm gonna put out Weezing. he could set up some spikes here, or some rocks, or he can go for some like fire blasts or blizzards or something like that, or thunderbolts, whatever it may be. But I know I'm immune to his earth power. I know I resist his sludge wave. I got an assault vest, so I'm just gonna start dealing off some damage. See what kind of hits he can take. Flamethrower, 21%. It's not terrible, not great, but like I said in my team builder, I'm just gonna sit here and start firing off some attacks. Psych. Oh, I got a crit here. Okay, cool. This thing is whittled down. I think I fire off a sludge bomb here just to gauge the damage again. And he gets up his reflect. I know he's gonna switch here. I can see him going into the Nidoqueen. So I think I'm going to go for just another attack here, I believe. Okay, so it goes Hitmontop. I fire off the sludge bomb and get 25%. That's pretty good damage. And we see the eject button. I'm not too sure what the eject button tech was for. Maybe I'm just not seeing something. I'm very curious what that was for. But sludge bomb gets switched out. That's okay with me, and we see Nidoqueen again. I think I want to get in my Corsola here soon, so I can get my own rocks up to start putting pressure on his switches. But I stay in this turn, fire off a flamethrower, and I believe I pick up a burn. Very beautiful, just a little bit more chip damage. He catches me on the switch here with Aldino. I go into Corsola thinking he would stay in and get some more damage. But, so it was a good switch on his part. I haven't seen knockoff yet, but I'm pretty certain he's going to have it, because why wouldn't he? I have a lot of Eviolite users, and items are good to have. So he's probably going for a knockoff here, but I'm just going to go for my rocks, get my rocks up, and force him to click Rapid Spin later in the match. So he goes for Heal Bell, which is completely fine by me. I'm stupid and decide to stay in, and hoping he was going to switch out or something. I don't really know, but I kind of wasted my Pokemon here. I didn't want to lose. If he was going to throw a knockoff, I didn't want to lose my Rocky Helmet on my Rotom. I didn't want to lose my Nevermelt Ice, and especially my Assault Vest, because I definitely need that Assault Vest here. So I stayed in. This thing can still take a couple hits, not too much, but we switch out back out into Weezing. More pressure to put on his team. He goes for a Rapid Spin, which is fine. I can start firing off some Sludge Bombs, and I do pick up the Poison, which is huge again. This thing is getting whittled down. He doesn't have a way to heal it, it looks like. Yep, he doesn't have Wish. So this thing's whittled down, which is huge, which means an Abomasnow can still likely put in some work late game. He switches out into Audino. I fire off a Sludge Bomb just to keep on getting that chip like I mentioned in my team builder. So let's just keep on sitting here and keep on doing what we do. He picks up the Paralysis, which is a bummer. I don't like that at all, but I'm going to still sit here and fire off some attacks. I need to save this thing, so if I lose, if I get paralyzed, I can only take like 2 more hits, so 2 or 3 more hits. So I want to save this thing. I don't want to quite risk losing it that early. So he catches me on the switch again. I get the chance to put up my rocks, and he knocks off, which is no big deal. And he brings out his Hitmontop and catches me on the switch with Rotom Stand. I'm not sure what he wants to do here. I want to get rid of this thing, so I think I'm going to Air Slash here. I eventually do want to get rid of his rocks. I might risk the chance of activating his Defiant, but I still have Abomasnow, and there's no Scizor to worry about. And Hitmontop is getting whittled down. So Abomasnow is looking better and better. I need to get rid of these rocks, so I think I'm going to stay in and get rid of these rocks so that Arcanine can still come in one more time. So here I Air Slash, which does nothing. I'm whittled down quite a bit. Go for the Air Slash again. He lives on 2%. Quite a bummer. It was supposed to kill, but got the low roll. No big deal. And he Heal Bells the team. Good for him. I get whittled down here, and this is my last turn to have Rotom alive. I can't switch it back in, so I'm going to defog and hope he doesn't switch in that Thunder. Shoot. He switches it in, but we do not see Defiant, which is completely okay with me. That thing I was completely terrified of. I'm less scared of it now. It still gets Prankster, which means it probably has Thunder Wave. So I do need to be careful. I don't want my Pokemon to get paralyzed more than they already are. The Abomasnow, I mean. So this as my last ditch effort, I'm going to click Extreme Speed here and just get that thing whittled down so that my Ice Shard can for sure pick up a kill. I do 64%. That's huge damage. He picks up the kill. which is fine. Arcanine put in some good work against his team. He's got Audino now. He can do a lot of things here, but I think I'm just going to click Brick Break, I believe. Yep, he brings in Hitmontop, gets his Intimidate off, and sacks it so that I'm at -1. He feels pretty good. He goes for the Thunder Wave. He lands it. And I'm going for the Ice Shard. I might as well just stay in. I don't need to play any games right now. I guess I could have switched out, but I was afraid of him setting up with some kind of like substitute or something like that, catching me on a switch. So he goes for the Thunder Wave. He lands it, but I follow through with my Ice Shard and pick up a kill. He goes Nidoqueen here, and so now this is very, very tight. We've seen the Flamethrower from him. I know that thing one-shots me. I'm not sure if my Ice Shard one-shots him because he might have a Yachi Berry. So I can't risk staying in right now and just losing the game. So I think my best play is to switch into my Corsola, sack that thing off so I can bring in Weezing and let it take 1 or 2 more hits before I explode, and hope that Abomasnow does not get paralyzed and cleans up the game. So I make the switch. He goes for the Flamethrower, and he easily 2-shots me. I go down, bring out my Weezing, and all I can do is... So I'm sitting here thinking, I believe 2 Flamethrowers will kill me. Now, I don't want to risk getting 2 more paralysis like I did in the beginning of the game with Mew. So this might be a waste now, but I'd rather for sure get this explosion damage off before I can. That's why it's here. I'm going to click it. It will pick up the kill against this thing. And if he ends up switching, which I hope he doesn't, it will put up good damage against that. He switches. Explosion does decent damage. And it's all down to this. So if I get paralyzed here and he gets up a free Reflect, and he has a Yachi Berry on his Nidoqueen, my Ice Shard will not kill. So I need to hope that I do not get paralyzed and my Swords Dance comes through. He gets up his Reflect, and I get up my Swords Dance. Now, I don't know if Ice Shard will kill, but I know Brick Break will kill this, and if he ends up switching, I can at least break the Reflect, which means that he will likely still die, even if he is Yachi Berry. So he switches into Nidoqueen. I come through with the Brick Break, don't get paralyzed, and it's all down to this. Oh my goodness. If I get paralyzed, I lose. If I don't, I think he loses. So let's just get it. I pick up a kill with the Abomasnow. I'm pretty sure that's just GG's at this point. And I come through with a Brick Break and clean up the game with Abomasnow. Oh my goodness. Logan, that's what it's all about. This is why we play the game. That was so much fun. Good game, great prep. You have an insane team. My goodness. Whew. My heart was beating like crazy in this match. Again, good game, Logan. I had so much fun. I don't know what else to say. Great guy, great coach. Great game, great fun. This is why we play Pokemon, for stuff like this. So, thank you everyone for following. Tune in next week for my battle against the Miami Heatran.